Good evening. I'm Jarita Postlethwaite, Superintendent of Charleston County Schools, and it's a pleasure to welcome you to this graduation celebration for the class of 2020. As you know, this virtual ceremony is just the first way graduates will be recognized. Your school has planned face-to-face diploma awarding ceremonies for you in the coming days. Today, I want to acknowledge up front that we'd all rather be together, just as we would have preferred to spend the last 2 months going to class, participating in or attending school activities, going to the prom, just enjoying the normal school during the final weeks of your journey that began many years ago in elementary school and brought you to this point. However, the pandemic has forced all of us to rethink everything that we previously knew as normal. One thing that has not changed is your remarkable accomplishments. We gather today to recognize the relationships that you have formed, to honor your achievements, your memories, and your hard work. So I offer to each of you my personal congratulations. You've achieved this milestone event of graduation. We will celebrate you virtually today and look forward to seeing you in person to offer you our best wishes as you enter the world as the remarkable class of 2020.
To the Military Magnet Academy graduating class of 2020. The 2019-2020 school year will definitely be one to remember. This year's graduating group of scholars has endured the most eventful senior year since the turn of the century. During this unusual time, and in the midst of a worldwide pandemic, it is absolutely appropriate that we take a moment to recognize the patience, diligence, academic achievements, and perseverance of the cohort of students moving forward with life as they have met the requirements of the South Carolina High School graduate. The graduation from the Military Magnet Academy, for many of you, is the culmination of 4, 5, 6, or 7 years of growth and consistency. It is with pride and honor that your teachers and I send you into post-secondary life prepared to support and lead in whatever your chosen pathway may be. My sincere hope for this year's graduating class, as you work to obtain your college degree, take the oath to protect and serve as a future member of the United States Armed Services, or enter the world of entrepreneurship and the workforce, is that your contribution to the global society will be one that empowers, influences, and promotes greatness in those that you encounter. You are the bridge builders for so many that will walk in your path. It is your obligation and duty to let your light illuminate the roads of life they will travel. Although you do not experience the expected end to your senior year in high school, your accomplishments are no less admirable and worthy. And in the spirit of commencement, you are charged and ready to actualize bigger dreams, goals, and life-defining moments. Your future will not happen because of desire alone. You must actualize your future by implementing the lessons from your past experiences to ensure a life of peace, joy, happiness, and success. I wish nothing but blessings over you and your families. As this school year comes to an end, I humbly say thank you for the opportunity to serve, as you have made me a better teacher, principal, and human. The Military Magnet Academy is a family, and your legacy will forever be etched in the history of this shared experience. Congratulations to the class of 2020.
Tiffany Lewis is the daughter of Shanette Lewis of Charleston, South Carolina. Over the course of the last 4 years while attending the Military Magnet Academy, Tiffany has made a 4.3 grade point average. She will be concluding her senior year with 36.5 credits, which includes grade scaling for dual credit and honors courses. She has been inducted into the National Honor Society, G-Team, and Interact Club. Tiffany's attention to academics have been so profound that she has been bestowed with acceptances to 14 colleges to include Clemson, Spelman, USC Columbia, Louisiana State University, Clark Atlanta, and more. After careful consideration, she has decided to further her education at Clemson University. She plans to pursue her dream of becoming a doctor to one day be one of the many loving medical professionals rendering aid to those in sickness and despair. Ladies and gentlemen, Military Magnets Class of 2020 salutatorian, Ms. Tiffany Lewis.
Good evening to all. My name is Cadet Tiffany Lewis. It is my honor to be standing amongst you all today as Military Magnet Academy's Class of 2020 salutatorian. I would like to begin my speech by congratulating each graduating senior of the Class of 2020. Our journey has been far from being without burdens, to say the least. Despite us parading around smiles and having occasional giggles and cheers, they conceal many hardships. From continuously studying from the night before for a test that is just hours later, to spending many days applying to colleges, scholarships, and emailing in regard to recommendations, to procrastinating completing essays hours before they are due. I could continue more. Nonetheless, we finally made it, you all. Although I struggled in the past with my behavior, which further interfered with my academics, I am standing before you all as a living witness of the Lord's work. Some doubted me, but over the course of my 4 years, I have managed to maintain a 4.3 grade point average, to rank as a salutatorian of my class, and to conclude my senior year with 36.5 credits, including dual enrollment and honors courses. Also, I was blessed with acceptances to 14 colleges, including Clemson University, Spelman College, University of South Carolina, Columbia, Louisiana State University, Clark Atlanta University, and more. After careful consideration, I've decided to further my education at the illustrious Clemson University in pursuit of becoming a doctor. In the midst of this coronavirus pandemic, I hope to one day be one of the medical professionals rendering aid to those in sickness and despair. To my family, friends, and teachers, I would like to thank you all in aiding me throughout my journey. Without you all by my side to encourage and to support me throughout my journey, I may not have been here speaking to you all. My accomplishments and pursuits would not have been made possible without the two strongest Black women in my life, my mom and my granny. Beginning from the age of my adolescence to my integration into adulthood, I have come to recognize just how much of an impact my mother, a single divorcee, always ensured that I have every necessity. By necessities, I mean not only food, shelter, and clothing, but also a strong education. She always embedded in my mind from a young age to advance further in education that she has. Over the past 18 years, she has dedicated her love, time, and effort in working hard in order to ensure my success. Although I gave her trouble in the past and can be stubborn and hard-headed at times, I am so thankful that she has never gave up on me. She continuously motivates me to do anything I put my mind to and works tirelessly to ensure that I am able to lead a path of success. My grandmother has always ensured that I had the things my mother may not have been able to provide. From taking and picking me up from school every day to cooking food whenever I asked, she has always been one of my bestest friends. I will never forget how each morning when she would drop me off, I would always exit the car with the both of us exchanging, "I love you, see you later." Over the years, my grandmother's health has slowly deteriorated. Just a few years ago, the doctors believed she was not going to make it as she struggled with her health and underlying medical conditions. But I continuously prayed and kept faith in God to keep her here to see me graduate as the class of 2020. And she still bothers me every time her phone isn't working so I can get it to work properly. I would also like to recognize my Uncle Tevin. I love you and thank you for continuously being there for me and means of support, a shoulder to cry on, to have fun, a hot plate, and so much more. In my success, I can provide my granny with the health care she needs, along with allowing me to provide a standard of living to help care for those that depend on me. I would also like to recognize two of my fellow graduates. That is the valedictorian cadet Alexis Hamilton and cadet Herman Loriano Ventura. To Alexis, I love and appreciate you so much, sis. We've shared so many memories together in such a short amount of time. From being strangers to now one of my bestest friends. I thank you so much for always being there by my side. We may be miles apart once we go off to college, but our friendship and sisterhood is one that I know will continue on no matter which path we take. To Herman, I love you and appreciate you beyond measure. You are very hardworking and have made it this far, and congratulations on being the first in your family to graduate. You may appear to be tough on the outside, but you have a heart of pure gold. Despite any obstacles you may face, I will continue to be by your side every step of the way, no matter what. Everything in which we have supported one another, discussed, done for each other, and went through together was a reflection of a true, genuine bond. We have grown from merely being schoolmates to now close friends, even being considered as my family. Despite any situation that may occur, I want both of you to know that you can always come to me without judgment. I appreciate and love you both for being the few who have respected and loved me unconditionally. I am also appreciative of you both in motivating me to excel in my academic achievements and to strive for success as we traverse into adulthood. As we integrate into a new chapter of our lives, I sincerely wish my fellow graduates of the class of 2020 the best in your future endeavors. Despite this pandemic interfering with what would have been our plans of prom, senior night, senior skip week, spring sports, a traditional graduation, and more, I commend you all for persevering through this time of triumph. Our endurance, motivation, and faith in the Lord, without a doubt, will lead us to a successful future regardless of which path we may take. Thank you all, and be blessed, everyone.
Dr. Jarita Postlewaite became Charleston County Superintendent of Schools on July 9, 2015. She served as chair of the State Board of Education, as a member of the National Governing Board of the American Association of School Administrators, and as a consultant for several districts, states, and national organizations. As Chief K-12 Officer for a foundation, she helped establish the National Innovation Lab Network and co-founded Transform South Carolina, a statewide business education partnership that fosters systemic educational change. Dr. Postlewaite's goal is to work with educators, students, parents, and community partners to dramatically increase the percentage of students who are ready to step successfully and productively in careers, college, and life. Dr. Jarita Postlewaite will now recognize those cadets who have made the decision to enter the armed services after graduation.
Hello again. As Superintendent of Schools, it's indeed an honor to recognize our outstanding class of 2020. Among those bright scholars are some individuals who've made a tremendous commitment to serve our country through the armed forces after graduation. I would like to take this time to acknowledge their willingness to serve by presenting each of them with a challenge coin. Challenge coins are a small medallion that's typically given out by a military leader in recognition of a special achievement. The use of such coins dates back to the First World War. In recognition of your pledge to protect and serve our country, we are awarding you with your first official challenge coin, which we will mail to all of you who have enlisted. On behalf of a proud and grateful community, thank you for your dedication and devotion to our country. Godspeed.
The recipient of this award is selected from a group of cadets who have attended the Military Magnet since 6th grade. The awards committee, comprised of teachers and administrators, select the recipient who, similar to the Eagle, has soared to new heights in leadership, academic performance, and social awareness. Congratulations, this year's Eagle Erie Award recipient is Xavier White.
The Commandant Award is awarded to the cadet who has displayed outstanding leadership, superb character traits, and has served as a role model their entire tenure at the Military Magnet Academy. The following cadet is awarded the Commandant Award for the year 2019-2020. Cadet Xavier White.
In order to be considered for the Spirit of the Eagle Award, a cadet must be in the top 30% of the graduating senior class. The cadet must have been involved in extracurricular activities throughout his or her high school career and demonstrated exceptional moral character and proven leadership qualities and abilities. The following students are listed in our top 30% of this graduating class: Alexis Hamilton, Andrea Enriquez Ramirez, Xavier White, Zandria Smith, Janasia Lewis Johnson, Janaris McCormick. This year's winner of the Spirit of the Eagle Award for 2020 is Cadet Alexis Hamilton.
The Joseph Dawson Jr. Commandant Scholarship will be presented by Colonel Joseph Dawson Jr. Colonel Dawson Jr. served our country with distinction in the United States Army for 29 years. He was stationed in Vietnam, Korea, and Germany. He retired at the rank of Command Sergeant Major in 1992 and earned the title of Colonel in the South Carolina State Guard. Colonel Dawson was instrumental in the founding of the Military Magnet Academy in 1992 and continues working with MMA as a member of the Foundation Board and the Military Advisory Board. There could be no Military Magnet Academy without Colonel Dawson. Colonel Dawson, thank you for your vision and continued support. Colonel Dawson will now present our Commandant Scholarship Award.
The Joseph Dawson Jr. Commandant Scholarship is awarded to a graduating senior whose academics, leadership, and followership qualities serve as an example for other cadets to emulate. Funds will be used primarily for college tuition, but may also be used for expenses related to college program attendance. This year, I am proud to award 2 scholarships to 2 deserving cadets for $500 each. One $500 award is presented to Alexis Hamilton, and the other $500 award is presented to Kelvin Haywood.
To be recognized as a CCSD Board Scholar, a student must achieve a GPA of 4.25 or better on the South Carolina Uniform Grading Scale with no rounding up or down. Rank is used on the GPA calculated at the end of the third 9 weeks grading period. Congratulations to our 2020 Board Scholar, Alexis Hamilton.
As valedictorian of her class, Alexis Hamilton has a cumulative GPA of 4.5. Since first enrolling in school at the Military Magnet Academy, Alexis has managed to maintain her GPA while also holding countless leadership positions in various school organizations and clubs. Cadet Hamilton currently serves as our regimental commander and captain of both the MMA varsity volleyball and softball teams. Cadet Hamilton has participated and received an athletic letter in 3 sports while attending the Military Magnet Academy. Those sports include volleyball, basketball, and softball. Her academic achievements and recognitions now include her acceptance to several colleges, of which include the Citadel Military College, the College of Charleston, the University of South Carolina, Columbia, and the United States Naval Academy, to name a few. Cadet Hamilton has decided to further her education by attending the Naval Academy's preparatory school this summer in Rhode Island. It is her intent to major in English and ultimately obtain her license to practice law after being commissioned as an officer in the United States Navy. It is with great honor, pride, and pleasure that I introduce the valedictorian of the Military Magnet Academy's graduating class of 2020, Cadet Alexis Chantel Hamilton.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am the 2019-2020 Regimental Commander of the Corps of Cadets at the Military Magnet Academy, Cadet Colonel Alexis Hamilton. As I stand here today as the valedictorian of the 2020 graduating class, I want to first thank the man above for giving me the opportunity to be here today and share with my fellow classmates, friends, coaches, and family members how much I appreciate each and every one of them. Lord knows I wouldn't have made it without them. I must be sure to thank the administrative staff of the Military Magnet Academy, as they have made great efforts to ensure our success after high school graduation. Shout out to Coach Simmons for always providing a loving, gathering space for me and my fellow classmates. Coach Simmons, you worked very hard for our class this year, and you are very much appreciated. Who stayed on us harder than anybody else in the school as a class this year? You did. Who made the parade happen when we thought nobody cared about graduation anymore? You did. If anybody doesn't thank you, I do. And to my coaches, thank you for showing me what it means to set the example on and off the field or on the court. Sergeant Hernandez, I don't know if you know this already, but you are a blessing in my life. I will never forget having you as a coach. We may have had our disagreements, but in the end, we always realized great outcomes. I want to say thank you for letting me lead your teams as captain. However, Sergeant Hernandez wasn't the only coach that taught me a few things about being a leader. Mrs. Archie, I might as well call you my mom and coach, since you and my mom literally have the same birthday. You will always be loved dearly. Major Taylor, I may have stopped playing basketball in the 10th grade, but I didn't forget who made me a strong team player and captain first. Major Taylor will always be in my head when I feel like giving up. Because of the bond we have, you will always be my coach. The last coach I want to mention is new, but she's tough. I can't remember how many times Coach Payton made me run to the yellow pole and back. Like Cadet McCormick would say, you're only making me better. And with those encouraging words in my head, I became a better hitter this year. But too bad COVID-19 came and struck me out. Besides the coaches, I want to give a special shout out to Petty Officer Gary and Master Sergeant Johnson, the two people that always guided me away from disaster. You too, Specialist Jefferson. Dr. Perrineau, I know your head is on 1,000 right now. I probably gave you 1,000,000 headaches to add to the 1,000,000,000 you probably already had. Mr. Von Alman, I know my talking will be missed, so you can never say I wasn't engaged in your class. Talking is something I love to do, but I think we all know who I got that from. Even though he's not with me today, I still would like to give a shout out to him. Everyone knows my dad, but they don't know him the way I do. He always made sure I had what I needed when he was miles away. His support will always be with me. Dad, if you're watching this right now, just know that your baby girl is growing up to be the successful young lady that you always wanted her to be. Sending much love to you. I want to mention someone who very much deserves this shout out. Her name is Tiffany Lewis. She is more than smart. She is intelligent, and I think my fellow classmates would say the same. I would have never thought we would have even be close friends. When I first met you, you were very kind to me. And you treated me with a lot of respect. To say we barely knew each other and never hung around each other in school, you treated me with a lot of respect. You are one of the most important people in my life, and it shows that you care about me and my well-being more than anybody else. Besides Andrea, you let me know when I'm wrong and when I'm most definitely right. I feel like a friend wouldn't be a friend if they never told them the truth and that's something you make sure I know. I feel as though when we need a shoulder to lean on, you're always right there. You've always made sure I was okay, whether it was financially, mentally, or physically. I never had to ask you for anything because you were forever more generous. However, that's just the person you are towards your friends. You look out for them whenever you can. I just want to let you know how much I appreciate you as a friend and sister because you've impacted my life tremendously. The same goes for Andrea. I want to thank Cheryl Evans, my mom, the woman that gave birth to me. I was a miracle baby, as she would call it. She didn't think she would have another child to grow up to be this successful. Need some tissue. Mom, I love you with all my heart, and I don't think I would be where I am today without you and the man above. You taught me all the things I know. You taught me how to cook so that my future husband's belly would always know what good cooking is. You taught me how to clean so that I could value the importance of a woman's hygiene. You will always be my inspiration. In conclusion, if I didn't get a chance to mention you today, just remember that if I see you, you will be reminded of how much I love and appreciate each and every individual that supported me along the way. To my fellow classmates, like I said before, this isn't the end. It's only the beginning. Whether you are going to college or the military, don't just let this year's graduation be the stopping point of your success. Most of us have dreams that we would love to accomplish sooner or later. If you don't know what you want to be or who you want to be, you still have time. Although time is ticking, when you eventually decide on what you want to do, make sure you make the most of it. With that being said, let's work hard and finish strong because we're far away from the finish line. The big goals take more time to achieve. Graduation is just part of the process. To all of the high school graduates out there, remember that going halfway never gets you anywhere. You either go all the way or don't go at all. Thank you.
Parents, cadet scholars, family, and friends, those watching from afar, at this time, if you will, please stand. By the power invested in me by the state of South Carolina and the Charleston County School District under the leadership of Dr. Jarita Postlewaite, I stand before you to verify that these students have satisfied all requirements as listed by our State Department of Education in the K through 12 educational program. I hereby certify that our graduating candidates have met the requirements and are to be awarded as such. Scholars, you may now turn your tassels and take a bow as you have accomplished the first of many life's goals. Congratulations to the graduates of the class of 2020.